So, do you hear this psychological question that people always ask?
Which one is it?
Who would you like to bring back and resurrect from the past?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter who it is, how many people at once. If you could only do it one time, who would it be? And most people are like, Einstein. I think I said this once before. Einstein and maybe Tupac or Biggie. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do them all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you get is, a certain, what would the conversation look like?
Mm-hmm.
Well, give Einstein a little bit. One more day. Come on, see how far you can get with this. Here's what they've learned so far. More information is put in. And with that more information, he's then, how much more can he think? With one more day, with new information and new learning. And Tupac and Biggie would ask, hey, you, what was all the beef about? But now I changed that. Do you know what I would do instead? I would bring back the soldiers from World War One and World War Two. All of them. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them. And I'd say, well, you'd have to ask why, wouldn't you? You'd have to say why I would want to do that.
Yeah,
what do you think? I would love for them to see the fascist nation that we've grown into, that they laid their lives down to. I would love to see how far that got in protecting their children and wives. Mm-hmm. I would love to them to then do something about this fascism. Look, you got a day, so do you reckon you could lay down your lives for the people here now? And dismantle these empires that actually kill their poor people?
Yeah.
Certain races? No. Which, it was taught to you that it was about Jewish community then. It's now about this community now.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to see all of the structures that were built on socialism and notice how they've been privatized. Were there problems back then? I need to ask you, the platoon, a whole load of questions.
Yeah.
Did they have businesses back then that Downing Street in Churchill were whinging about the businesses, about taxes, and they couldn't get them to do things? And then they said to these people, fast forward till now, would you believe they sold all the water companies to them, the aeroplane companies, the houses to them? And then they're like, we can't do nothing about it. Well, you've already been saying this since Victorian era.
Mm-hmm.
The workhouses. I mean, unless we're going to look at Charles Dickens as someone that is either A, really good with fucking patterns, or he's incredibly psychic. Because to make that back then, how long ago was Charles Dickens around?
200 years, maybe?
200 years ago, yeah? And in that play, he's talking about, Scrooge is asking about, are the workhouses still about?
Yeah.
Are the prisons still full?
Yeah.
Well, yes, sir. Oh, good, because I thought for a second then you told me that these are all... And I'm paying these taxes that are no good? And these people get together because they're going to do best for the world, right?
Yeah.
That's what Parliament is about. Yeah, that's what it's about, isn't it? About giving people opportunity, teaching them what's best, building a better community for everybody. We go after the big bad Nazis, right?
Yeah.
And then they go, do you know what? I don't think you've got enough evilness in you. If you work hard and you do well, you'll go fast. And then tell me why the empire is run by king after king after king after king after king that beheads wives, that kills people, that speaks out against them. Now it's all covert and makes it look like an accident. How the fuck? Work hard. What have you done? What job did you do to own all of this land?
Yeah.
To own Wales?
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do? Well, you were evil, weren't you? You come from a legacy of teaching each other how to be evil. And then you get to sit there and make laws. HM courts. Oh my days. And who sits at the top of there, at the court, top of the courts? Everyday people? No. No, because everyday people would put other people to fucking prison, wouldn't they? Can you imagine that? It would be a two-tier system, wouldn't it? Let's create a court that's done with the ghettos, innit, bruv? Let's put them in the courts. They'll make a decision. In the magistrates, they'll sit at the top of the magistrates. Yeah, you know what I mean, innit, bruv? But we hear all of this, though, don't we? Oh boy, you're going to be sentenced this long in jail because I say so. Where did you get that talk from? You're not here to discuss me, boys. Oh, I studied to be this. Yeah, I bet you did. Psychology, yeah? Psychology. Interesting. Circumstantial, but there's a lot of psychology here, so I'm going to guess that you don't know what you're talking about. Especially if people know how to portray guilt in such a way. And then there's alcohol that would be put into that, wouldn't there? Wouldn't there? Wouldn't there, just? Anyway, I would bring these soldiers back. Oh my God, you think disruption is now? No, let's get looking at Jesus' resurrection and Christ is going to come down and resurrect. You guys misunderstand. You misunderstand. Do you think God will come and it'll be the second coming and start resurrecting people? Well, that poses a problem, doesn't it? Because you've turned into the very things. Those will put fucking payloads on the end of these IBMC whatever rockets. The V2s, fucking murr. You gotta lay down your life, protect these people. Oh, look how perfect we are. Do you see? We are shitting crystal diamonds everywhere. Ah. Well, what did you actually do? You lied to them. Just like you lie to everybody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny thing is, right? What do you reckon these soldiers would do, and what valuable lesson would they teach the soldiers that are now?
Yeah, I wonder.
Soldiers to work for people, when it is the people that pay your taxes, but it's a little bit misconstrued though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you believe that it's those that pay your wages. It isn't. It's the people here, not the ones that shirk their responsibility to taxes. Housing associations. Look, come on, we'll give you 2 years. You the people, you the fucking people. Oh, you paid a penny over. .gov paid you a penny over, and therefore our rules state that you won't be immune from tax. We think you can afford it, but it's going to make your life inaffordable. But don't worry about it. You're going to pay for that. Why is that? Because we love moving tax out the tax pot. And then rather than putting it in the community, that tax that you're paying us, we're going to put it in our pocket. We're going to give our MPs loads of bonuses. We're going to take a load of money home with us. Can we have some more money now, please? We spent it all. See? You said if we didn't spend it, we wouldn't be able to get any more. Oh, there you go then. So you mean to tell me that if you've got that much money for a fucking bonus, then why do you keep holding your hand out for more money? Why don't you save it till next year?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh no, because then that lowers the taxes, doesn't it? Or better still, why don't you go get it off of the housing associations then? They're earning billions over, aren't they? Private landlords?
Yeah.
Can't dig into your pocket in your bought and paid for fucking homes? Got no money? That's interesting, isn't it? That is very interesting. I'd love for these soldiers to come back. Resurrect them. You don't need to do it physically. We can do this mentally. We can all sit down, because we're all educated, aren't we? We can all sit down together. They protected king and country, and yet the king can't protect the country. Are you kidding me? So we do it for king and country when going off to another land, but I don't have any power when it comes to helping the nation. So that's one lie then, yes? That's one lie. There's one. Let's keep marking it. We're going after these people because they want to cause loads of destruction to people. Princess Diana goes out there with all the kids with the landmines. These children are being blown up.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me that these soldiers here with integrity, well, they would be okay with that, wouldn't they? They'd be okay for kids in impoverished lands where they don't have hospitals because you blew them all up, for them to blow themselves up even further and lose their limbs, and their children watch their mums, or perhaps mums watch their children get blown up because all they wanted to do was play.
Yeah.
Well, come on then, stand up, step right up, because resurrection is a thing. You're going to be resurrected when you pass on. You don't believe it, and that's good. That's good. You've got to come from this wherever you want. Oh, easy journey. This is what you turned into. The very thing that they laid their lives down for.
Yeah.
And then I don't inherently blame the new soldiers that are about now. No, because they're being taught, aren't they?
Yeah.
You get it? And then they will be taught how to do all of this stuff, and you don't ever once look back. Heroism, right? So what do you reckon they would say? Give me some examples. What do you reckon the soldiers would say to the soldiers today? What the actual fuck?
Yeah, what is going on?
What do you reckon they'd say to the Nazis that run this country? And they are. It's not hate speech. You can label this as anything you want. If I talk in the streets, how many people do you reckon would stop? How many people do you reckon would gather round? Now, I know this. I don't need to prove it. That's why I choose to do it on a video where I'm shadow banned. But I know in my heart of hearts you see it. Do you know how I know you see it? Because you shut down my videos. So gather around, get your popcorn ready then. You might as well step up and take your rewards, because this isn't life what you lot all make it, isn't it? And you're proud of it, are you? Proud? Happy? Good? Wonderful. That's great. That's what I wanted to hear. So you went and stuck payloads on top of it then, yeah?
Yeah.
And then after that, went back to playing Scrooge.
Yeah. Even more Scrooge now.
Went back to taking more from the people and giving more to businesses. Now, I don't inherently blame the businesses, because at the end of the day, but again, work hard, work well, go far. Bullshit. It's one of the biggest lies we're all being told, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, you kiss the arse, kiss the ring, do all of this shit, and you'll go far. You lie, and it's okay to lie here, just like it's okay to mass murder there. It isn't okay to mass murder there, but it's okay to mass murder here.
Yeah.
That's okay, because we can teach soldiers how to be killers, serial killers. And then we can teach them afterwards how they can join back to civilians. Put it in the education system. Come on then, let's roll it out. Let's roll it out. Let's roll it out in the education system. Let's teach people how not to be killers then, yeah? Shall we?
Yeah.
Because it will work, right? Because it works with these. Well, what about prisons? Why do we have people in prison that commit murder? You should be able to deprogram them, yes?
Yeah.
Well, that's the question. Who programmed them? If you can program people to go off in faraway lands, how are these people programmed? How did these ones get programmed?
Yeah.
And after all, they're doing what the cell memory has taught the gentry to do here over and over again, hasn't it? Now it's covert.
Yeah.
What is seen and what is unseen, yeah? So you bring all these soldiers back. Bring them all back. Every single one of them. Resurrect them. And all of the things they laid their life down for has happened here without Hitler.
Yep.
How the hell did that happen then? So you were projecting then? Perhaps there weren't enough businesses because they stopped the flow of businesses, right? So they do not allow people to make businesses in their own home, right? Council are all over that.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to send you to war now with Russia.
Yeah.
And they're thinking about conscription. You know what the real truth of this is? There isn't enough jobs. And would you ever think that this kingdom will ever pay anything towards people to live a life like a king or a gentry? No, because it makes you all like kings and gentry. So what's the maximum you can get from the DWP? 400 quid?
Yeah.
In nations that do not charge council tax, they charge a lot less. And in fact, on the richest nations, they're really far down the list. Britain is what, 19th, 9th, something like that, whatever. Depends on which graph you look at. And they'll only give you 400 quid. This other nation can give you 800 with less.
Yeah.
Now that is interesting, isn't it? You got politicians that do nothing but harp on and discriminate people on benefits, calling them fraudsters, telling them that they're not worthy of it. You want to step up, .gov? Your ways have created the mental health.
Yeah.
You've done this. You've created it. Well done, you. But we don't want to pay for it, though, do we?
No.
We've got to teach the working class that it's people like these that are taking why we have to up the tax. No, it's people like you, .gov, and councils is the reason why we have to up the tax.
Yeah. For your pocket.
Because for your pockets,
Yeah.
for your power plays,
Yeah.
for your king,
Yeah.
for your little fake assassination attempts on people that speak truth and wisdom, for your courts, for your cops, for your soldiers. I don't blame soldiers, they're taught it. See, it's funny that, isn't it? You could be taught things, isn't it? So how do you know that you're doing right?
No.
We talk about kids being pyromaniacs and stuff. Yes, because it is from an ancestor in you to sit around fire. Instead of suppressing the kid to burn, give them something to fucking burn. See, we often resist it, don't we? They get resisted, and then they're going to get more sneakier. Give them a fucking barrel. Oh, that would be dangerous. Let them sit around the fire. Let them put some wood on it. What's wrong with that? Christmas feels like fucking what? Religion? No. 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 Tribal. Tribal. Comes from tribes. Our elderly family members would be better with us.
Yeah.
They double up as babysitters, and they've also got company. They love to look after children, and they're quite good at it. How many generations? But no, because that's going to pay some money over there. Oh, no, because that's now going to pay some brainwashing money over there. Oh, no, because that's going to make some money over here. What, council? Council tax. We call it independent. It isn't independent. It's independent to live separate. Family after family. That's independence, is it?
No.
Doesn't feel like it. Since when did freedom and independence mean isolation and misery?
Isolating all the people, then you need so much more gas than you otherwise need.
More
to
gas,
buy.
more electric,
Yeah.
more stand in charge, more water, more buildings for it to fucking rain on.
Yeah.
And that's here in Britain, is it?
Yes, it is.
And then what, we want to start another war again, do we? Why? Because there isn't enough jobs? And there's most certainly you ain't paying for it, is it? It's much more easier if we dwindle the population. We might be able to get a few freebies in the meantime. And everyone's like, well, what are we going to do for jobs? Space. Creativity. We're running out of places to build. We're running out of food or growing or building. Yeah, because everyone has to live separate, right?
Yeah, that takes up space too, doesn't it?
No, because if everyone's together, you've got safety in numbers. People can be spoken to in psychology. Our elders, it's called wisdom, but actually it's a really good amount of psychology. It really is. It's helpful. What would they say? Hey, no, come on. You got someone in the family that can get through to somebody. And they lay down their lives and say to me, they got the audacity to say to me, that someone took a bullet in the chest for you. So I should be grateful and stop talking out because someone took a bullet in the chest. Yeah, next thing I'm going to be told is all these taxpayers are paying for you. Get through my family first. Again, this is no-brainer bullshit that comes out of governments, right? The same one after the other. No doubt the king put them in because they fit the application process. Your kids can cash in off the fucking land, and your family can, but nobody else's can who built it, who put into it. Your family broke churches. Your family destroyed cemeteries. Your family destroyed worship. Your family beheaded wives. Assassinated them when they couldn't have them. Your family hung people who spoke out against them. And you mean to tell me that you've changed this with all your bullshit tradition? Actions speak louder than words. Or the lack of.
Yeah.
If you were all in a household, you could make a business, yeah? What do you think your hunter-gatherers were doing? It wasn't called business back then. It was called talent. Masons. You understand that, yes? Masons. Masons comes from this. You do know that? Having a craft?
Yeah. In different
This
areas.
was already established here in Britain.
Yeah, different areas.
If they
had
hadn't have
different
came, these fucking Romans, mate, you lot have caused the biggest problem on this planet. If they hadn't have come here, it was already established. Britons were Masons, male and female. Family orientated. It's such a, you're told it in a way that makes it seem so difficult. That they had to be qualified. They didn't. They sat down and learned it.
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like that. Come on, I'll teach you. If you could see it, if I could get you to see it. If you go deep enough, you will. If you go within yourself, you will see it. It's there. It's in you. They were not racist. They were not nationalist, hence why the Romans came anyway. The Romans are manipulators. They manipulate people. That's all they've ever done. It's just manipulate people. Manipulate God, manipulate religions, manipulate fucking trade, manipulate business, manipulate people. It's just manipulation. It's all they are. They watch, pretend to be interested, and they take your kindness. That's what they do. They take your kindness. Carl, could you teach me? So that they can then destroy you. They watch, gather information, they know better, kill you. Kill that. Kill them. Then they'll give you fucking council houses and tell you that you can't build any fucking companies in it. Like it's, oh gosh, like it's their life. You might as well start putting fucking Nazi symbols everywhere. Because that's what it is, authoritarian fascism, yeah? That only your bloodline can do this. Only your bloodline doesn't need a fucking driving license, but everybody else does. surprised we didn't do that one with Diana and Dodie. They didn't need driving licenses. They could drive any vehicle. Why? Well, because they were royalty. She was royalty. She was born it. And I honestly think that it's like we see today, right? People be like, oh, none of this stuff is true. Go do it yourself. And when you've done it yourself and they take it from you and get someone else to build it around you, then you tell me. They've been doing this over and over, and then they call their empire the best empire ever. What? Stolen? Look, we're just going to look after all the Egyptian stuff. Because it's being stolen and it's being ransacked, or we could just put troops around there. I'm surprised you didn't use that as an excuse to gain ownership of Egypt, to be honest. Oh, wait, you did. What about religion? Learn how to do it, right? And then knock it all down. How many people did that displace? How many monks did that displace?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the war in Germany, how many people did that displace? In America, in Russia, everywhere else?
All of them in Germany, didn't they?
Australia, how many children? How many people were forced into that war? For what? Projection. You see, because when the pressure mounts, that's where it hits. So what, then you can sell all of this infrastructure? You didn't sell it. There's no way. Name me one of you in a family of 1,000, been working for nearly 2,000 years. Name me the building you can own. Name me how much money you've got.
Yeah, none.
Your family have been paying a tax pot. These ones have been sitting, claiming off the tax pot, and call it work.
Yeah.
You're not allowed a business because you've got to go and work in theirs. And only enough people to work in their businesses. And when the people outnumber the business, we gotta go and be heroes. What, heroes in another nation? Can't be heroes in your own.
Looks like not.
£750,000 to get those fucking aeroplanes up in the air. £750,000. And that's, what, 10 years ago? That's a statistic from then. How much do you reckon that is now?
No.
We're fucking a lot, right? That shit ain't free. What about the warship? But apparently we've got a black hole budget because of people on benefits taking £1.3 billion. Better question that people want to be asking is, how much tax have you paid for that over your generations? Because here's the logic, right? If your ancestors, so when the tax pot was made, was to pay for people on benefits, and that keeps on paying into a pot over and over and over again, yes?
Yeah.
Up until present date, there's more people paying that tax than taking out of that pot. Where has the money gone? Well, a bit like the pension, really, innit? Might as well give that to a private company as well.
Maybe they did. Who knows?
Where's all the money gone then?
Yeah.
Kingdom wealth, right? Where's it gone? Now we've got rocket technology. What did we do? Stick a payload on it and then put it away. At least other nations went towards space. And what did we do? Nothing. No doubt that's everybody else's problem, right? You see, you're taught psychology. Do you know why?
Why?
Let me give you a little example, right? If I walk down the street and call someone a cunt, their outer world, my inner world just affected their inner world, which translated through their outer world.
Yeah.
People turn and look at them. Are they going to respond to me?
Yeah.
Now, a psychologist quickly rushes in, there, pulls out the tape measure and the bullshit brush, and goes, the way you respond to it.
Yeah.
It's your fault because you responded to it. And then the cops are like, hold on a minute, I could fine him for this. Right, so we've already got two conflicting bits of information already, but there's a bigger point to this. So, if I walk down the road and call that person a cunt and he doesn't respond to it because he's the bigger person, right?
Yeah.
That means if your government do something You won't respond to it because your psychology versus their sociology. Do you see how you can be dumbed down using this? So anyway, by and large, psychology is a load of bullshit. Just helps people get in prison for things. And there's people that can force psychology, by the way. People will say that you can't. Yes, you can. We'll go on to another video for that one. Not this one, but still. We'll go on to that. All about little cues and everything else. And I'm going to teach you something of how you can play with these cues. You can force them. Alcohol. Alcohol causes... Oh, man, those last couple of videos I did do, except for the one yesterday, I was on some alcohol, yes?
Yeah.
Did you notice how my mood changed? Like, automatically, the dynamic of my thought process switched. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So I went with it. So I know that if I drink some alcohol and I need to pull a beast out of me, it will be the alcohol that does it. I mean, that behavior change right there, it is massive, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that's illegal, though. That's why marijuana's illegal. Because it creates that behavior change, yeah? But alcohol, what do you think alcohol is for? It is for that reason, by the way. To make you very angry.
Makes you angry, and then you are guilty of something, and then you go to sit in jail.
So you have to be breathalyzed and drug test to find out whether you're driving a vehicle. Do you need to be breathalyzed and test before you give a statement to the police?
Don't know.
No?
I don't think so.
No? Oh my days, really? That's interesting. Well, why the fuck not?
Because you are under influence, and they should know that, shouldn't they?
Well, not really. What if you're having a come down on something? Some of these last weeks. So you can act nervous about something and you're not telling anyone about it. And this is going to look like that if you've been pulled in for a heavy investigation. You see, this is why I don't believe it. Psychology is bullshit. How many people are in prison because of psychology alone? And this does two things, right? One, it gives this one a good group to work out. And two, it reassures the public.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we got the people. Sure. All right. Of course you did. What, based on people tightening the jaw? Gurning? Based on people doing ticks? And cues? I'm going to show you this is bullshit. What about pouting? Or doing this?
That means something too, according to psychology.
Do you know one thing when I was a kid that I was really fascinated in? Is how when you tell the truth, people think you're lying. And some of these people are, you know, quite up there with their qualifications.
Yeah.
And when you lied, they believed you was telling the truth. Now, only you know this, and if you're honest, you know it too. Why the discrepancy? There should be guaranteed every single time.
Because they don't know. I don't know.
I just find that very weird, that's all.
Yeah.
And then this psychology here, which this whole video is full of psychology, by the way. I don't know if you know that. Anyway, still. So, World War I, World War II. Gee me, do you see the problem? That's going to cause a big problem, isn't it? Resurrection. Now, that blows that one out the window, doesn't it? Do you think resurrection is about God, Jesus, someone coming here and resurrecting people? Or can it be done quantumly with this?
No one would want that, would they? The leaders.
Right, but you do it quantumly, right?
Yeah.
You see, if I ask people in the streets about this, who would you like to resurrect? Oh, probably a family member. Okay, someone else. I'm listening to this sort of music at the moment, and I'm saying that the person has died. I'd love to resurrect these people. Why? Because of this, this, and this. And he automatically will ask, what about you? Oh, all the soldiers from World War I and II. But come back to reality, right? Why?
To show them what they fought for and what is here now.
They have a fucking awakening. Literally. Do you know that spreads? They'll tell their friends, and they'll do the exact same thing you did to them, to their friends. Why? One, because of how it made them feel. Now, they might not admit it to you in the present moment, but you don't need to. It's not about that. Recognition is not it. No, it's about that. One person tells two people, and they go, oh, I've got a circle of friends, I'm going to try that on. So when you tell someone a joke, they're listening to you every word, aren't they? And then they got to tell someone else. And then they're going to go and tell someone else. And then that person's going to tell someone else and someone else and someone else. Do you notice how jokes ripple out like that? Good jokes ripple.
Yeah, they do.
But the person that created the joke never gets any recognition. So you understand that there is covertness in people that make jokes.
Yes.
Yes, so unless they're up on a stage somewhere and if you want my comeback, you can scrape it off of... Anyway, but you know, see, you get that is probably well known, but the true identity of jokes is, did you make that or did you hear it from somebody else? Actually, here's the story. But you know, if I was going to do stand-up comedy, I'd probably sit down. Allow the comedy to stand for itself. Anyway, so, and that behaviour there, you know, have you ever seen Jimmy Carr before? No. Did you know? Right, so, did you get it? And then they're like, oh my God, that was pretty funny. You're pretty cool. Some people are like this, some people aren't. This works the same way, but it's not a joke. It's things that make you go, And did you know that this has a reaction to it? And this is not psychology. This is not sociology. No. This is real life. This is reality. This is what we're all living in. And we convince ourselves that it's the best thing ever. And good job we went after those fucking Nazis, right? 2 world wars and an FA Cup. And the gentry are like, fucking hell, these people are so stupid, man. I thought they were stupid, but I didn't know they were this stupid. And do you know that when you wake up to this stuff and people wake up to it, do you know what it breeds?
What?
Awareness. It makes it very difficult for them to maneuver. They sort of say, I'm just going to step past this person very... And what you do is you're now programming into their reality a set of behaviours.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Once it's done covertly, they feel that they can get away with this so easily that they haven't got anything to worry about. Now this breeds fear. And what does fear do? It makes them walk to the line. It makes their positions feel even more precious, fragile. Glass. Not even glass. Imaginary. Why? And once that imagination has fallen away, that's when the veil drops, not lifts. And you're revealed for exactly what you are. Then this triggers a behavior which will cause panic, and you will quickly rectify all of these things that you have been doing. That's interesting. That's an interesting behavior. But it's the authentic behavior now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Most things are wrapped around a bitter skin until the fragile, gooey, delicate centers are revealed. And that's all you need to teach kids in a school, really, isn't it? This. Because then, how many kids would then grow up? Police officers. How many people are being taught not to be cops? How many people are getting a better education not to be soldiers? To become street soldiers? You're seeing it. New soldiers are rising up. When people walk away from this toxic stuff, going at children. If you don't care about kids in faraway lands. Kids, little tiny children that are delicate. It's not their fault that they were born there, was it?
No.
And then you would think that's such a great fucking empire, wouldn't you? An empire, see many of empires, yeah? Many of them. And when you look at them all, you can compare them. This is the worst. The most hypocritical, two-faced, cowardist empire I've ever seen in my life. Training murderers, but before we train the murderers over there for a platoon, we might be training them on civilian people. And then watching how they commit a murder. You tell me. Well, they're going to test this on their soldiers and find out later? No. Perfect crime. That. Hypnotization. Everybody's susceptible to it. Why'd you do things you do? You've been hypnotized to buy products from a shop.
Yeah.
To buy brands, yeah?
Yeah, true.
Hypnotized. Mentally done with subliminal messaging and everything else. How popular has that been? Remove that and watch the brands fall. So they're allowed to get into your head, and they've spent billions, more than they have on adverts. They know advertising isn't it. They've spent more on understanding your behavior of what will make you buy that product. So you mean to tell me if the product tastes like absolute horse shit, you will buy it and eat it because you've been manipulated?
Yeah. People will do that. Yeah.
Then there's the whole phase of they got caught doing it. Doesn't mean that they haven't tried another process. Because they have.
Yeah.
They all do it. So if you can manipulate people, mass manipulation, which works, can you mass manipulate people to love a government? To love paying bills? To love staying broke?
Yeah.
I want to pay closer scrutiny on people that can hypnotize. We call it hypnotize, it's not. Do you know how much of the population are highly susceptible to that? It's a big number, by the way, it's huge. You can do it to yourself as well. That's the amazing thing. Technically you can't because you know where you put it in. But get someone who you trust to put it in for you. Anyway, let's wind this one down. So I want to keep this one pretty short and sweet, and I want to move on to something else. But even still, you ask those quality questions because quality questions lead to a better life. A better life leads to a better life for everybody, not just a few.
Okay.
We throw away more food than we give away. Notice that some companies have started giving this away, which is something.
Yeah.
But even still, especially to the more meaty products, then that animal didn't die in that way just to sit in a piece of plastic. It's a good move, but it can do a lot better. There are people in other parts of this world that are impoverished and do not have food. And the reason why they've been left to be like that is no different from your own island doing it to you. Where the council come in and fucking try and collapse you down because they were sent there by perhaps someone, because they don't want them nation to rise up. No, it's not about your nation rising up, it's about you outrising them. Yep. Princess Diana would have carried on being the way she was. She'd have become the new queen.
Yeah.
See? Rises up above, We look at this with all people, anyone that's ever risen up. Race groups, movements, mwah. People that care about people in faraway lands, mwah. It's wonderful. At the moment, we're in this sort of mindset where we destruction and kill it and bring it down and knock it down and covertly assassinate and all the rest of it, which is fucking horrible.
It is.
And then you have to ask yourself a question, really, don't you? So if it came between paying a credit to you or giving you some cash, so they started to erode the benefit system here, which then would have opened the door for military.
Yeah.
So right when they were diminishing that, notice the adverts for joining these groups got more and more and more. RAF, Army, and different things like that. Notice that?
And jobs for them, yeah.
So all these jobs to work in that. Why? Just because you will fall into the trap that you'll think there's no other jobs around, go into this work over here, because that's offering you a job, but it's not. It's offering you a death penalty.
Yeah.
And most people aren't leaders. That's why it's kept in a family. Most people aren't leaders. This is the way it is. Romans have been doing this for God knows how long. They used to go in and pit nation against nation. And then they would drop the numbers down. Then the Romans would dominate. That's how they work.
Yeah.
That's how they operate. Think about it. If I can make two nations fight one another, what happens to their numbers? What happens to their society? What happens to their morale?
Dwindling.
Well, they've just blown up their hospitals. On what either side? They are distracted. Their main focus becomes killing each other, enemy.
Yeah.
Divide and conquer. No, that's not it. Make them fight one another, and they do the work for you. It's the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Pit them against each other. Now that's on a large national scale, right? That's a national scale.
Yeah.
They begin fighting each other and then they dwindle. Then you just go and pop out the remaining ones and then you occupy the territory. That's the way it is. At the same time as you popping them, you don't do it openly, you do it covertly. Then you start building hospitals and shit like that, and then they're like, oh my God, you're so amazing. I don't know what the people back at your place are actually whinging about. Look, come on, look, you're great people. Look at that. You're fixing us. Yes, but we were the same ones that caused you to do that in the first place. God, we're so great. Manipulating your fucking mindset. No, you can do this to people inside your own nation. You get people pitting against each other. You use TV to do this. It's programming. You watch it and think, I want to be like that. I'll be cool. I'll have loads of friends because that person's got a load of friends. You're not bringing it to your forefront, but in the back of your mind, it's teaching you how to operate. Because you see it. You don't see anyone else in your real life. No, because you're watching it on a fucking TV, right? On a box. You're watching it. Because it's all been taken away from you. Your tribal family, right? Your family together of wisdom and logic and coming together and sorting things out. One person has a way to go into that person at this, teaching them how to balance. Another person is really good at teaching education. If this one did it, it wouldn't work. This one's good for reasoning at that moment and that behavior. Why? Because Grandpa has lived with that behavior and has found balance after a very long time. And he can teach you how to miss all of that fucking trying to find it. He can give you a bit of logic that resonates with you and, there it is. Oh, thank you, Grandad. He was like it. He did it all the wrong way. He can teach you how to do it the right way. It took him that many years to find the right way, but he found it and then he can teach it to you. Then the next generation, he will learn some things. Think about it. He's going to pick off what Grandfather did and evolve that. Drop away some things that weren't quite good what Granddad did, but he's going to evolve that. then he can pass that down, granddaughter. And then they grow up in the family unit, teaching this. If everybody was doing that, don't you think that the society would be a bit different? And it was. It was in the times of Boudica. It was so different. You have no idea how beautiful it was. But you're told that it was difficult. What, because you had to go and fetch a pail of water? What, because then next day you were on fucking fire duty? Next day you were on bread making?
No, I've seen
You
it
do
on
one
holidays.
task and you have the whole day to yourself.
I've
To
seen
learn
it
a
on
talent
holidays.
that you do like doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Then a particular day you might be gutting an animal. Oh, and that's disgusting. It isn't. It really ain't. No, gut a cabbage instead then. But because you perceive that nature is not going to mind if you eat all of its babies, I mean seeds, but still. Fucking hell, before those are even born. Inherently right nor wrong, but it's the same fucking thing. If you are vegan, I probably wouldn't watch any shit that I talk about because it'll wake you up too much. And if you've already got a problem with guilt already, then this ain't for you. Sure, eat the seed or the pulp. Eat the seed and crap it out without chewing on it. Yeah, there's a difference, isn't there? Fertilization.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it's still got feelings just because it doesn't feel in the same way that you feel. It's still feeling nonetheless. It is still life. So then you start to run away with that and think, fuck. Just because you can't hear it go, "Ow!" The fuck was that? I don't know, you just cut through an onion. I swear these things are living. What do you think it's trying to tell you? Get away from me! Stop fucking getting me! Even some garlic can be like that, can't it? Oh my fucking days, man! You don't fucking know. You trying to fucking garlic trying to be onion? And my eyes! It's mowing my eyes!
Leek as
Oh,
well.
and leek, yeah, that one gets in there, doesn't it? Starts reminding you like bleach, doesn't it?
And some peppers.
I never had it with
The
peppers.
hot peppers too.
Is it chili?
Yeah. Chili peppers or jalapeno or peppers like that. If you cut them, you feel it.
Only going to get stronger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But because you were doing things like this, and you were operating in this way back then, you all had your own businesses. Whereas if you sat there making something from certain objects, doesn't matter what, and somebody else made something else, you could trade.
Yeah.
But trade was done in a very different way. Well, we have this plant over here. We can give you some berries if you want. What do you want in return? What have you got that we haven't? Well, we've got some of these seeds. They're all right, just don't eat them on their own. Perhaps add them into something. It tastes really good inside a liver. Thank you very much. And the people that didn't have them, you should try some of these. They just give them. Why? Because life is so, it's, yeah, the word. I'm looking for the word. What is it?
I don't know which one. So
Socialism.
socialism.
Go plant these over here. Oh, we got some of these. Oh, they didn't grow for us. Would you like some of the soil? Maybe it's that. From instruments all the way up to sewing needles to making clothing.
Yeah.
Everybody knew how to do it. From balancing people.
Making
Using tools to
fabric.
cut things down. And then
making
you go from that
gloves.
piece and using the tools in the right way to then individuals starting to use the tools in the wrong way. And why would you be dominated by these people that know fuck all? They say that they built this empire. No, 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 you built it. You all built it. Put it this way, Ramoon people on an island, one that has all of the socialistic stuff that sustains life, let's say. What do you think they'll do? Die or build something?
Build new society.
You see, this is why they don't want you to go to space. This is the bottom line for it. The only reason why they don't want you to go to space is because you will start living this. You'll notice that you can't share, you can't live independently in a house. It's unrealistic to think that. Then it makes you question, backward question. What do you think about it? That would be like NASA and all the astronauts in NASA having a spacecraft each. But they don't, they share. Despite race, despite gender, despite religion, together. Oh, despite age. Oh, despite a lot of things. People coming together. They didn't say, oh yeah, well, maybe you should have this one of your own. And maybe you should have this one on your own. Yeah, maybe you should have this one on your own. Yeah, maybe you should probably just have that one on your own. You know what? We'll build just multiple space stations for you all. Just for you to all live in. It's independent. We're going to charge you a water fee. We're going to charge you all of this stuff. This is what it boils down to. That people will end up living together. And the control that they've spent their whole times grabbing hold of falls apart.
Yeah.
Because you begin to build. And then if you see somebody else, another family member, you're going to help them. Hey, look, we found some of this. Oh, come with us. There's loads of it. You'd be more inclined to give this out to people. Then one group is like, oh, we made this with it. Oh, fucking hell, we made some of this with ours. I'll swap you 2 of those for 3 of them. Actually, it's usually equal, like for like. Rather than having diamonds that are so precious, what about passing it around to people? You don't think that happens? That becomes a new tradition, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look, you'll have that for a month and then pass it to that one for a month. No one hogs it, we pass it around. It's precious. We can all have a look at it and an experience with it, but we don't want to break it until we find more. Oh, everyone agree? Agree. Pass it around. Some people may put light near it, some people may do this, some people, decorate. Not this. It's my kingdom. I will have it. The only time you're allowed to look at it is through a glass box in a museum. Where we put a load of propaganda up everywhere for you. Where you can just see all of us. Look at this bell end with a sword. Interesting, isn't it? Very different way to live. And then, do you think there's anything to fight over in that? Oh, humans, they'll always find things to fight over. No, that's not true. The only reason why you fight with people so much is because you are compressed into the same area. Because the council reckon that their kids are yours. Your kids are theirs, right? No, wait, your kids are theirs. You're not allowed to move. Why not? Because there isn't enough room in this school over here. You mean to tell me that someone in that school doesn't want to move away for the same reasons, but you won't allow it because you said so? God, you authoritarians, mate. You're worse than what you make us look at. Look at this nation over here. Look at the way they operate. Look at yourselves. You are worse. Can't build businesses in your homes. Why not? Why? Why? So we know businesses can be generated, but we're going to say no to it. Only if you've bought a house can you be allowed to do it.
And only because we cannot forbid you to do it.
Harping on about equality, yeah? So equality means that if you are on low income, you are not allowed to do. But if you are on higher income, meaning buy a house, you are allowed to. Well, fuck me, slavery is still alive and well, I see.
Is it?
Selectivity, yeah? There isn't enough jobs, what are we going to do? Give people jobs. Let them do what they want to do from their hobbies and talents. But then they might waste stuff. What are we going to do? They will stop putting stuff in their recycling bin. And it looks disgusting. Yeah, that's your problem. There's only going to be a few people that aren't going to like that, isn't there? You might decide as a community to put all of your metal in one fucking container and go and get some money for it. You might decide to put your cardboard together and recycle it yourself. We need a bin truck? Nah, you go on, we're good. We know how to do it ourselves. You're not allowed to do that. Health and safety. This will cause rats. That will cause this will cause that. We'll make our own charity shops. No, I'm going to chuck away this sofa because I went and got this one. Rather than throw it in a bin. And you're going to have kids. Yeah. Well, let's give it to the kids. We could learn how to reupholster it. We can make it out of stinger nettle or different stuff like that. Learn how to make the beautiful, beautiful throws over it in a natural way. Learn how to dye it. How much did that cost? Nothing but your time. Teach you how to make some knives and forks. Teach you how to look after animals in the community. Teach you to kill them only when everybody agrees to eat every last bit of it. No packaging, no purple shit being injected, no pink shit being injected, no sugar being injected. You don't need to fatten them up. No feed needs to be bought. Go away, RSPCA, with your crap. Your chickens need to eat this stuff. Have you seen what wild chickens eat?
Anything.
Oh yeah, God was shoveling fucking seeds down, weren't he? Yeah. Yeah. You must give them seeds, right? You must give them seeds. Do you actually study what birds eat? Don't even get me started with the chickens on fucking other birds' eggs. Man, that's fucking brutal. I've never seen anything in my life. They look like cops. They remind me of cops. The female ones. Yeah. And they sit there sort of whilst walking backwards, digging through, and then peck, fucking peck. There goes the ant nest. There's a little fucking... They don't care what they're eating. They're eating anything they can. Seeds? Meh. They don't want it. You can keep putting seeds in there, and they're not going for it. What are they going for? All the other shit.
Worms and bugs and...
And we say that we know what they need, and that you must feed chickens this. If not, the RSPCA will get an arsey about it. But yeah, you can sustain life off of it. They'll produce tons of eggs. The males fight an awful lot. Certain times of the year they do. Some eggs are going on to be bred with the chickens, let's say. So those eggs are going to be made for hatching chicks. Rather than having a fish pond, you're not allowed to have those anymore, nor greenhouses. But you have to ask your fucking landlord whether you want that. Solar panels? Do you really need it? I teach you to make energy without any of those things. All year round. I know at least 6 ways to achieve it. Build your own shelters.
Yeah.
Lock your own trees. On the respect that you know how important that is, that you have got to grow 5 per each one you drop.
Yeah.
Of different variety. utilize what is, and expand what's needed.
Yeah.
No preservatives, no plastic, no wrappers, no rubbish. Make your own tea, clean your own water. Tastes completely different. Chemical free. Feel your organs change. They'll thank you for it. Every time you swallow, it's refreshing. Grow your own food. But no, let's give you a universal credit. Why? Because it keeps you in the pen. Because some people like looking after animals and other people like to pen in humans. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Aren't we? We're penned in.
Yeah.
And we call it a life. Oh, what about the land? We're going to run out of space. Oh, yeah, we're all going to live in the same house, aren't we? How much is there underground? Well, it'll only be a bit wet and cold. We'll figure it. And then what? By that, you're growing more stuff, which is creating more air. That's interesting. That's a hell of a balance there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it'd be a matter of time before you start going to space?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then the plates begin to topple on top of the sticks called the empires, and then, well, there are the remnants. So yeah, knowing what's best versus what actually is best for people. There are two different things they are. Make your own clothing, never go cold again. Metal rusts quicker than bone. Bone lasts longer. It's brittle, but it lasts longer. No more toxic fucking shit in houses. Built to last, built to stand. Built beautifully. Positioned where you want it to be positioned. And shit me, do you think there's enough sand here that you could start melting it into glass? And make your own glass structure that keeps the heat in even further? Allows your carbon out, but brings in oxygen. You think about that. Build something with a massive glass structure around it and put houses inside it. Do you not think that that won't keep you warmer naturally inside your house? Because outside air is still. You'll hear it, people that work in companies like this one that will tell you that it's really important, you need cold air around the building, that's what makes the building warm. Yeah, okay. You ever got inside a cardboard box inside your house? How hot is it? Because the outer air is uniform. Is still. The house within inside a house is often more warmer. That's not cold air, that's warmer air than what is outside. Outside, colder. Inside, slightly more warmer, but not as cold as outside. And then the inner one, even more warmer. And if there are more people in the house, would you be needing? Love warms you. Do you feel warm when you get loved? You naturally feel warm.
Yeah.
Then with body heat from each other, do you not feel warm? That's interesting. Why is that? But yet when you're fearful, you feel cold, yeah?
Yeah.
You'll know this with people that have car accidents. They get very cold and start shivering. Not because they're cold, but because they're scared. They require heat. So do you think it's in Empire's best interest to make you feel fearful so you turn the fucking heat on? At the end of the day, they care about money. It's not about the money, it's about the control. It keeps you in this, "Oh, I can't afford to do anything," crap. Because they've profited off of everything that was given to you for free. All of this has been given to you humans and animals for free. It wasn't given to them, although they hoarded it, didn't they?
Yeah.
It
They
wasn't
are
given to them.
hoarding. Yeah.
You think supermarkets with all that food, that's all given to them? God was like, universe, I don't know if I want to give you any food. Well, why not? Because there's no one here with supermarkets. Who's going to make the money? I want to see people suffer. I want to see people begging for mercy, fucking holding their hands out and everyone else walking around. I need a few people to walk around like fucking Scrooges. Do you know what? I'm not going to make any of those crystal elements for you until we've got businesses. See, when you've got one of someone, then it looks special. Oh, you're such a genius. No. No. You are capable of it too. And so are you. And so are you. And so are you. And so are you. Oh, that person's so talented, I could never do that. Yeah, not in this situation, but you could do it out of this situation. Yes, you can. What you're really saying is, I would never have the time to do that. They've got time. You say, oh, people think that you just got lucky. Not everybody. I get that. Some people have, come from these little. I just don't know. There's such a small amount of people in that. You would think about it. Why would they have a need to tell you not to have businesses inside your home? And then start saying it's because the road outside, the very thing that's called a fucking road. They're policing the road already, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but apparently they're nothing to do with the council, but yet are policing the roads. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Policing the roads. Yeah. Because, you'd have people coming and going to your house all the time. Well, okay, so that's telling me in the negative that I'm not supposed to have people come and go to my house.
But that is a very poor excuse because not all businesses need that. Anyway, it's just an excuse.
It is an excuse, but why is it there? If you should be relaxing, right? Because no one's making businesses, right? Because there's in such self-limiting beliefs. How many kids in school write in the back of their achievement what they wanted to be? Their aspirations and dreams. I remember all of mine. Do you remember yours?
We didn't have that.
But you had a common goal that you wanted to be when you were older? Did you ever be it? I'm not on about that fancy shit that was sugar-coated and taught to you to be in school. I'm on about what you had before you went to school, what you wanted to do. This is a bit that usually makes people break down. Well, I wanted to be this. Well, what the fuck happened then? And then again, psychology plays a role now. You are to blame. It's you. You stopped you. Come on, admit it. Fuck me. The day I see a self-limiting belief king, I will believe that. The day I see a self-limiting believed individual inside a hierarchy family, oh yeah, I'd believe that. But until the day that happens, right? Where a king starts, I don't know if I can be a king. Self-limiting belief in a council. You think humans were ever built to have these self-limiting beliefs? No, these are man-made. Your ancestors. Do you ever think that they had that? They had every reason not to believe that. And everything that you do now is because of them. These people had dreams and they took a bullet for you to whinge about society. Ugh! I got something for you. It's called a fucking mirror. You might want to pan the angle a little bit. And here is where I write all of the things that I'm going to act. I will read it anyway.
Yeah.
I got a mood where I'm going to be calm. Yeah. I've got my tics. I'm going to shrug a lot in this video. I'm going to swallow deliberately, and I'm also going to put my thumb across my right eye.
Yeah.
I got a stance. I'm going to go back and forwards in this video, and I'm going to take up space and spin 3 times.
Okay.
I can also tell myself to be angry, passionate, aggressive, moody, and then I give myself little tics. Usually it's this one.
Yeah.
Usually it is to pause on certain words, and I'm to delay myself by about 1.5 seconds, so I have to count inside my mind just to see how well psychology works. Tics, subtle cues, these are cues, tics are cues. Pout lip, chew the side of mouth, shrug. Every single video. Going to drink some alcohol to fuel myself with some confidence. If I want to get nervous, I will be it, I will write it. Yeah, it's great technique that. Lie to yourself inside a mirror. Pay attention of your cues. Then tell the truth in the mirror. Pay attention. In contrast, it reveals your cues on the opposite. And then I deliberately do not look at this. But I know it's there, because that's the only thing I rehearse before the video, would be what type of set am I going to get into. I lack confidence. Yeah, a lot of people do. That's why they turn into alcoholics. They're not drinking because they enjoy it. They're drinking because they become confident when they drink, because it changes your behavior. That's why people who are drunk are more likely to do things they wouldn't do if they were sober. And therefore, they chase that illusion of expectation of a society who expects people to be that confident and this, that, and the other. But they never moderated it to only have a snip here and there. That's why people drink. Some people drink before a fight because it numbs your pain. Some people take other drugs to numb the pain as well before fighting and doing different things like that. Drink too much and it causes you to be violent. Also makes you very angry as an individual. And it also makes you slip on words. It causes you to change your whole behavior. So do certain drugs, and withdrawing from certain drugs create this withdrawal, which then could be looked at as admission of guilt. Ah, we're seeing your tics and tricks now. We're seeing this, this, and this. You're not. You're not. And then I licked my lips then because I'm changing it now for the next one, but still. Mirror. Reflections work just as well, or memorize it. You don't need the mirror. And then you pay attention to your cues just to help you, which usually stigma is one of the best things ever. I can look directly into the camera, but I am actually looking over here and I can see it all very clearly. The same way of having imagination and different things like that, that you can put your imagination over here and you can see what is over there. Now, whether you are really seeing it, because usually it blurs out, you can control that blur. Usually makes the eyes look like they're disengaging. Or sometimes people will go slightly cross-eyed. They're not, they're focusing in their peripheral. Then memorize it and act it. See, I'm still doing the back and forth, but you know,
Yes,
I can stop all of that now and I don't need to shrug or take up any space. I can now tone it away. So, where's my baseline? Figure it. See, the baseline could have been a baseline that I've copied, which there is, a constant baseline that I follow. But I mix it up with the... Doing all this weird and wonderful stuff. Probably doing this. Probably tilting the head this way. Then I tilt it this way deliberately. But maybe I'll do this. Rub the nose. Because usually rubbing the nose is a sign of lying. Then pausing. taking a breath and then saying something. And usually this means that you are tripping over a word, or that you have got some sort of guilt. If I look over this way, or if I look up there. But actually, this means usually tell the truth, which it's not. I can also lie and look that way. This one over here is to teach me to tell the truth, look up. Lie is look that way. And then I've got something that's down here, doesn't really matter. And these are little cues that teach me how I can switch my body language around and give my visual tells. You learn this very early on as a child. But when you lie, you're believed. When you tell the truth, you're disbelieved. And everybody in that room claims that they are right. Then it goes to a toss-up of who's actually telling the truth about what they're seeing. Then, what's even more amazing is these people will believe that they know you. And they don't. They're knowing a version of yourself that you are letting them see. Then it becomes second nature to get into that when you're around that type of person. It creates you to be an adapter. I do not identify to one thing. Swallow. It's going to be annoying now because now I have to get out of the swallowing thing, and now I'm going to be constantly. I get a dry throat sometimes. That's how much when there's something in the mind, it's like, "What are you going to swallow? What are you going to do automatically then?" And then the breathing, and sometimes I had a real. When I first discovered that, it was one of the hardest things to get back in automatic again. I found myself. Is it called apnea?
Apnea.
Where you stop breathing for a long time.
Yeah, sleeping apnea.
Yeah, I had that for a while. I had to really would wake up clutching for breath, for air. And then people that saw me sleeping were saying, "You held your breath." Oh my God, I thought you were dead. Some people would wake me up as well. Oh yeah. I feel really fucking good. Yeah, you held your breath for like 4 minutes. You were watching. Yeah, wait, I felt very vulnerable now. But again, this is artificial. All of it is. Everything that we do is all artificial. So now I might start doing it from side to side and probably start throwing up my hands a lot more. Maybe I'll take in shorter breaths. But if you're drunk, it changes your behavior. If you smoke, it changes your behavior. If you pause on certain words. When learning psychology, you are actually learning. That's why I said it. There's two ways to learn it. Sociology and psychology. If you learn both, can you affect both to get a result?
Yeah.
Shit, I could even make a spear, couldn't I?
Yeah.
I could make a spear? What about a dove?
Dove. Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe I'll draw it for you.
I see.
Do you not think that we're all coded? Everything we've done as humans is all coded. I don't know if that's going to work very well. You might notice the syllable, to be honest, the symbol. I should have done it a little bit different. I don't know, it's not great. I should have done it a bit more straighter. Again, the dove.
Yeah.
See, I need somebody else to draw around that for me, but the silhouette shows it pretty well.
Yeah, I sure. I see it. You sure? I see.
Then you've got the spear.
Yeah.
Which, if you look into, never mind. This is a particular. You know what this is? You must have seen this. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's loads of them, by the way. There's tons of them. Right underneath your nose. Yeah, it literally is. And what your body does, two faces pushed together makes an alien in the middle. Did you know that? Makes a Roger.
Roger? Makes a glass as well, doesn't it?
It can make a glass too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Profiles,
I did it with one of these pictures where I was doing the one where I made it look all Joker style. This was many years ago. I had never seen that, by the way. It's just somebody else kept going on about Joker, and I was just like, like Heath Ledger. I was no idea. Batman. I don't fucking know. What the hell is that? I know it's a Batman. The only thing I know about Batman is it's sort of 5 minutes of a game. It was my cousin that was playing it, and he had to throw this bit off his belt. I don't know to get the bad guys on the old Mega Drive. That's all I know. Have I actually sat down and watched it? No, I fucking haven't. I was being a naughty little bastard when my mum was recording that. And I never got to watch it because that was my punishment. I wasn't missing a lot. I don't even know why I did now. Something. I just pissed her off. No change there, Tel. Anyway, but still, yeah. And Mutant Turtles as well. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, is it? Never seen it.
Yeah. I just know how they look from different pictures somewhere. They were all over some magazines at some point.
Actually mustered down to sit down and watch Star Wars once and was like, I didn't even get any smaller if I tried. I just couldn't do it. Interesting. Everyone was so engrossed in it, and I just was not engrossed in it. And somebody else also wasn't engrossed in it, and we went off and fucking stoicked. We're talking like stoicism, philosophy, life, the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, still, on resurrection, who would you resurrect then? Because I think that's a healthy question to ask, isn't it? Well, if I had to resurrect my grandfather, what would he say? You see, that's the thing, and that's healthy.
Yeah.
Everyone often uses this resurrection, but you lose the meaning of it. You look at Jesus, the return of Jesus, and it's good, but it also is missing the point.
Yeah. I would like to know what George Orwell would think.
New data coming in.
Big Brother. Yeah, Big Brother. Or Karel Čapek, who wrote about robots. Yeah.
Robots utilized in a correct way is a very good thing.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that with robotics, everyone can create businesses. Everyone. And then it stops making people special.
Yeah, exactly.
Then this puts competition. Too much competition. If everybody was building the same thing, well, you'd have no need for that main one anymore.
Yeah.
You understand this with the oneness in the world. Oneness, one that, oneness, one. What it means is there will be, when you get into the one stage, you've got to be careful, because then it means no one is allowed to talk about anything else. So I think that comes from one Germany, doesn't it? Well, if you think about it, that oneness comes from Germany, the Reich, yes?
Yeah.
That they were to be the one empire.
Yeah.
The one. You can't question it. The one religion, the one this, the one that. Which I think is healthy. I think it's healthy to evolve. If it no longer serves a purpose anymore and people have really gone out of favour, then archive it. That's how it works, isn't it? But if you've got one religion that goes back to the day, that's the one thing that baffles me. Everyone's looking back at the past in that way. And the past's only ever relevant when it comes to religion and governments. Yeah, your past. So that they can use it against. You see this whole thing with application forms and every fucking thing else. It's just a way of saying, no, you're not good enough for the job. Well, you didn't go here, did you? Look, if you were to go and join that college over there, and realistically, that's 4 years later. By that time, they would have taken your ideas that you applied for in the first place, put it into there, and then there isn't much of a place for you now. You missed the opening. And to go and learn something over there, people are born with this knowledge. There were not schools back in the day. And people were coming out with lots of beautiful stuff. Now it's slowed down, and now there's only a small percentage? You mean to tell me that it doesn't get better? So why do we keep certain nations poor? Do we have the power, and we're being taught to be selfish, but still, do we have the power to send all of our food that gets a few days before the sell-by date, not on the day, and ship it over to someone that would eat it, that needs it? Do we have the power to do that? Do we have the power? Oh, I can smell perfume. Do we have the power to build them up?
I think
Teach them how to rise and
maybe they know how to rise.
say again.
Maybe they know how to rise. They are just blocked by something or someone.
Okay, but do we have that ability to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so rather than sending soldiers around to kill people, we could send them around to create people to live, yes?
Mm.
Then they'll say, there isn't enough landmass. There isn't enough food. There isn't enough fuel. There isn't enough this.
I don't believe that, do you?
No, I don't believe that at all. What, you mean to tell me that you couldn't take a piece of glass and when you maneuver it closer or further away from the sun, multiple of these, if it's close, it's not going to do much, but if it's closer to the star, it's going to affect the beam. So you notice the moon, right? When it's just before it's about to snow, the cloud isn't fully enough to block the moon. There's enough to see through it, but there isn't enough to see clearly through it, and then you see the ring, the halo from the moon. So the moon is like this, but the halo is this big.
Mm-hmm.
So something positioned where the moon is would only cover the Earth that much. Something that was more closer to the star. So from your perspective, right, like hold your thumb out and it will do this. That's a weird thing, because anything when you hold your thumb out is going to block it out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much, because it's at that perspective, yes?
Yeah.
So you can block a lot of things out. Even that thing over there, I can block it out. I can block these out. Fucking hell, man, I can block it all out just with my thumb. So that's a perspective. Anyway, if you take lenses, sand, whatever else,
Mm-hmm.
then you maneuver this closer to the star and keep it in the orbit around Earth, but it's further away, but it casts a bigger orbit. But every time the sun hits into that, you can create more heat on the planet. You can have hot spots and different things like that. And you can also cool it down as well. Which is interesting. Now if you take some of these lenses that rotate in a certain angle and have some of them so that you don't and some that you do, and then block out more light at the top and bottom, shade these ones, you're going to create more cold air that will cancel out the more hot air that you've got. Other civilizations have already done this. Mark my words on it. My favorite one is asking the question of if. Resurrection doesn't need to happen here. Quantumly, it can, because it's a quality question. The better resurrection is if. All of the knowledge that's known now was taught to a species of early civilizations somewhere over there where you can't see it. Many, many trillions of billions, and hundreds of billions times trillions of miles away. This Earth, then you got second Earth. The ones that died are born here. But you have no difference. You wouldn't know any difference, yeah? But what if their capability is what you've got now, and it was given to them back then? Do you think here would even, all of this here, would never exist? Well, yes, the force of the universe always has its way. Just might not appear it. So, looking at this, what if this is a premonition that you're living in? A prelude. Just a premonition to what is actually going to happen. At the end of the day, you want great life forms, yeah?
Yeah.
Can we go on to another video? Is that alright? If we just switch on to another? We'll just jump straight into another.